Welcome to Therapists Supporting Therapists. I am Michelle Lundstrom, and today we are here with the beautiful Molly Douglas, and she is a mental health counselor, a art therapist, and an intuitive healer, and so many more things. Welcome, Molly.
Thanks, Michelle. Thanks for having me.
Yes, can you tell us a little bit more about yourself?
Sure. Well, I currently have a private practice in Clive next to you in our beautiful sacred building. I'm a board certified art therapist, like you named it. I include the body, mind, and spirit into the practice, and I really have enjoy bringing the spiritual aspect into the clinical setting. So integrating the psychological and the spiritual together.
Yes, beautiful. I love that.
Thanks. Yeah.
So through your lens, because your lens is unique in that way, in all those ways you just described, which is why I wanted to have you on here. Many therapists haven't historically been doing telehealth, and I know that you've made this transition recently yourself, and it can be really stressful. Do you have any words of wisdom to share with us in this community as we all make this adjustment together?
Yeah, find a really comfortable chair. Really comfortable chair. I've been sitting on a futon for like the past 3 weeks, and we are rearranging furniture this weekend because I can't do it one more day. So yeah, I think, I've been figuring out how to find the balance of my routines, because the routine I used to have, or still am transitioning, was I would get up, I would sit and meditate or journal or something to start my day. And I find that I don't want to sit. Like, I don't want to sit any more than having to sit, because even being at the office, we have to, walk to go get a client or to meet someone at the door. And I find myself sitting and sitting and sitting. So I've changed up my routine a little bit to my meditation is now kind of a morning dance meditation outside with the sun coming up over my house, and just something to move a little more has been really helpful.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, wonderful. Yeah, I like that. A comfortable chair. You may have noticed in these videos, like I keep moving too and adjusting and trying to find that right spot. And I have a moon pod. And so I'm also learning how to use that so that it supports my back instead of hurts my back. My dog is joining us.
Nice. Yeah. They've been the coworkers throughout, this whole thing, right?
Yes, my co-therapist is here.
Yes. Nice.
Yes.
Feels the energy. Oh, I'm going to have to learn more about what a moon pot is.
It's like a really fancy beanbag.
I'm going to have to look into that, because I'm really open for suggestions on what's going to be the most comfortable.
I love it. All right. So I know that you specialize in trauma, and you also do trauma sensitive yoga, and a lot of mental health providers are trying to navigate all of this and have their own triggers and their own reactions to everything going on with this pandemic. Can you share some of your insights and wisdom into how we can be supporting our own mental health?
Nourish the body, nourish yourself. I think we are really at this place right now where we are trying to find balance between giving and receiving and giving and receiving. And I know personally, I have felt like when I've done, it's like, okay, do I need to be doing more? What else can I do? Can I, it's the do mind versus the be. And I think this time, I feel like right now we are really working on integrating the head and the heart, where the head is like the do, and we've got to get all this done. And not only are we, supporting our clients, we're also supporting a whole new, challenges of daily scheduling and daily activity, whether that's trying to homeschool kids at the same time, or try to find sharing space with spouses or a roommate, or whatever the situation is. allowing ourselves to have that be time of what really truly nourishes and fills up our cup. Whether, that's, for me, that's putting in something in the morning to start my day of how I want to envision, like how my day to unfold, or to dance and embody it, or something just to get the vibes, high. It's usually something right after I'm done seeing clients, like a walk, or some sort of connection with nature, and then something in the evening um, to just give gratitude and continue to see, the higher, the bigger picture, the higher perspective, because it can get so draining right now. And we're all picking up on our fears, our uncertainties, our worries, our doubts, our insecurities. Clients are experiencing those a lot more. The planet as a collective is. And I think as they continue to come to the surface, just allowing ourselves to be present with them instead of pushing them away, or, not being able to deal with it. But if we allow ourselves a present moment experience with just our breath, just noticing how we sit, if we can sit in an upright seated form that allows our 3-part breath to send blood flow and oxygen to the brain, that we can be present with whatever's coming up without our mind hijacking it, without being overwhelmed by it, or experiencing, hyper arousal with it, but allowing it to have a voice, to be seen, to be heard, whether that's drawing it out, having, almost like a dialogue with it, of just noticing it, and then it will dissipate faster, to just give it some awareness and attention.
Yeah, I love that. You talked about sitting with it and just kind of talking to it. And one of the things my friend always laughs at me, because I'm like, oh, Fear, let's sit down at the table with it and have a chat.
Right? We have to kind of befriend these places, and as a body mind connection, I mean, I don't think we can dispute anymore that the body really does hold the memories, that holds the stories, that we can connect to where we feel it in the body. And if we just do that with noticing sensation, and noticing what sensations are coming up, whether it's tingling or it's heaviness, then we can also begin to feel into it and see if there's a color, see if there's a shape, see if there's a movement. And as we do that, it will allow it a chance to be seen and to be heard, and then it won't be screaming at us all the time. And we can also come to a place where we can begin to transform it or transmute it, because it's also at an energetic level, because we're working with the luminous, so like, field, our energetic field.
Well, as you talk about that, it makes me think about empaths and intuitives and HSPs. And I think everybody on here by now has figured out that's something really close to my heart. And I know that you work with a lot of intuitive people and empaths, and it's something that you do very well. So I'm wondering what you're noticing with intuitive mental health providers as we experience this time in history.
Well, I think we're all getting spiritually naked. I think we're all stepping out of our spiritual closets right now, and being an intuitive and working with individuals that have. I mean, we're all intuitive. That's one of our divine birthrights, I believe, that we are just tapping back into these places and feeling that they're safe. And this is part of our sacred feminine balance, our creativity, our intuition, our connection back to our own spiritual authority, and higher self, and our connection back to the planet. And as our little, I know some therapists, really work with kids, and that's where I really first started connecting in with the little intuitive beings, our kiddos, because they're coming into this world without the veils, without the blocks, just hardcore, full in, and owning their gifts. They're such beautiful role models. So I think as they give us permission to own our stuff, that creates the ripple. So, you know, definitely adults and young adults and kids, I think we're just allowing to connect back in with that, and finding safe communities where we can do that, and finding safe therapists that will own that, you know, and hold that space with us, hold that space with them, and be able to talk about those things, and to recognize that that is part of the whole body. You know, it's not just our mind, and it's not just our body, you know, our physical body, but to actually then get into more of, you know, the frequency, the vibration, the intuitiveness, the divine gifts and talents of you know, different abilities, of sensitive abilities. And that can be really scary for someone to open up with if they feel like they're going to be judged, or if they feel like they're going to be shut down. And, you know, some clients have come from that position where when they were kids, it was shut down, it wasn't believed, it was told it was evil or bad, it was told that, you know, it was just their imagination if they you know, could see invisible realms or feel or sense things that others may not be able to. So I think we are going to see more and more of that, and we have to open up those places within ourselves in order to hold space for others.
Yes, and I know that there's, and I've seen this a lot, there's a lot of therapists that are really intuitive and have these sensitivities, but are afraid to bring that up and are afraid to talk about that. And so, you know,
Our witch wounds.
yeah,
There are witch
exactly.
wounds. Yeah.
Yeah. And so for us to be able to sit here in 2020 and have this conversation, and I'm going to be posting this among some of those therapists, you know, I hope that you know, you guys out there watching, I hope that if you're in that category, you receive some healing and know that there are some of us out there that are open about this, and you can come talk to us.
Absolutely.
Yes.
Absolutely.
So I'm curious what you've learned about yourself in this process as a healer, while also trying to balance being a human being during a pandemic.
I think that, you know, the biggest lesson is that we are human. You know, we are human, and this is a time of transformation. And really feeling into that cycle, that we are just in a cycle, that everything changes. As much as we want to control and have things planned out and have an idea in our head, like, you know, the universe is creating, it's always changing, and being able to just allow, that to be. And in order to do that, I think we have to have trust, and that can be very difficult to tap into. For me, I definitely continue to go back and forth with wanting to plan, because I've always been like, okay, I want to have this all set out so I can see, so I can know, so I can feel all comfortable and safe. And it's been a big process to continue just to find the fluidity of it, to feel like, okay, whatever happens next, and just taking it day by day for it to unfold. I can't plan 2 weeks in ahead. I can't even plan to set something up, you know, for you know, classes or whatever. And I just have to take it day by day. And I think we all just have to continue to take it day by day. But through that process, it also allows us to connect to the higher self, the place of higher awareness, of just noticing, of allowing it to be, and to whatever unfolds in the present moment. But it's, you know, been able to create more of those moments, I think, for me, being at home, where I can look at where my routine has been, and maybe where it's been off balance, and what I want to continue to keep as we move through this. that maybe wasn't awareness before.
Yeah, that's beautiful. Yeah. So you've talked about doing your movement meditations in the morning, and I know that you do a lot of wonderful guided meditations. You have a Facebook group. Can you tell us a little bit about that?
Sure. So, so I have healing arts, which feels like it's definitely been my progress from body and mind connection to spirit, and bringing spirit into the clinical setting. And in the last few years, I created an online community and classroom called Lit from Within, and it's just it's a place for people to connect with like-minded beings that are here to help the planet, but also know that they have to heal their own wounds and take care of their self in order to help others and help the planet. But we're all here to help humanity evolve. So being able to offer more of my classes online through this has been a really great experience. So I now have some classes, and a year-long mentorship program that I had in person is now available as a group program for the first time ever, that connects with the seasons. So it goes through each of the 4 seasons, and then there is a archetype based off the sacred feminine, as archetypes in the past have been more masculine or through a patriarchy lens. They're now connected to the sacred feminine, like our sacred light body and our divine alchemist and our creatrix and our high priestess. So I'm excited to work with that group, as it feels it's evolving what we are moving into, what we're transitioning into, and it takes each person through the stages of transformation as we tap back into these empowered places that are all within. So we become activated and attuned, so we can find that balance again with the masculine and feminine energies.
I love that. And lit from within, that just encapsulates everything that you just said. So what a great name for that.
Thank you. Yes, lit from within, living aware, awake, and aligned.
Beautiful. I will post a link to that below the video. And as you're talking, I'm wondering if you could offer some support to all of us in the mental health community and maybe walk us through a guided meditation today.
Sure, I would love to.
Okay.
So I'm just gonna push my little end table out a little bit. So this is some tools that I feel are really handy, and they're really helpful when we are recognizing that we also need to connect to the energetic body, that there's energy hygiene, that there's a way that we can connect and feel supported by allowing our awareness to be more than just on our mind. So it allows us to drop out of our headspace into the body, connect below us, connect above us, and really feel that connection within. And as we do that, if we can envision or visualize maybe lower vibrations or what we've collected that hasn't necessarily been helpful, then we can move it out and send it out, and let Mother Nature recycle that back, because she's a great recycler. So I'll take you through a meditation with that.
Okay, wonderful. Thank you.
So make yourself comfortable, and you can do this all seated. I mean, if anyone wants to lay down, they can, but you can be totally seated with your feet on the floor, feeling yourself connected to your chair, and letting your hands rest on your lap or in your lap, and finding your breath. And you're invited just to let yourself call back all parts of you, of where you've given yourself your time, your energy, your attention. And you can even let your hands kind of gather as you call back all parts of you back to center. Where you've given your time, your energy, your attention, your thoughts, your feelings, and allow that to anchor into your breath. Feeling the rise and fall of breath under your hand or hands. Noticing sensation anywhere else in the body that you may feel your breath. And you can place one hand over the heart center and one on the abdomen. And you might become aware of your whole torso rising and falling with each breath. And as you continue to create the awareness in the body and settle below the noise of the headspace, you're invited to bring your awareness down to the root center. And as you feel ready, you can imagine, sense, or feel roots extending down from the base of the spine and out each foot as if you're this luminescent flower or tree. With an exhale, sending those roots as far down into the floor and all the way down to the earth, as far as they want to go, layer by layer by layer, until you get to the heart of the earth, until you get to the heart of the planet. And you're invited to become aware of this heart as a luminescent crystal or stone, full of life source energy. And the animals, the plants, the trees, the minerals, the oceans. And you're invited to let your roots connect to the heart in whatever way feels best to you. Knowing that those roots connect your heart to the heart of the earth. So with the next inhale, you're invited to bring up that life source energy up through your roots, up to your heart center. And even imagine that expanding out into each arm and out into each hand. Breathing in and breathing up, filling up your cup, your sacred temple body with that life source energy. All the way up to the top of the head, to the crown center. And it might even just kind of rainbow out or sprinkle out around you. That life source energy. But just taking a moment to notice, feeling yourself supported below. Connected, right here where you belong. Where you don't have to be anywhere else. You don't have to be doing anything else, but just be. And breathe. Knowing that you can also use these roots to send down anything you're holding on to that may distract you, that may take you away from where you want to be and what you want to be doing. It could be other energy, it could be energy you picked up from other people, places, or just what's going on around you, the planet. You're welcome to do just a gentle body scan from the top of the head to the tips of the toes and just notice anywhere you might be holding any of this energy. And it might be an ache, a pain, a discomfort, tension, stress, worries. Just notice it. You might even assign a color to it, noticing what color or what shape it might be. And then as you feel ready, I invite you to imagine Mother Nature's heart as this big luminescent magnet that can draw out and draw down anything you're holding on to that you're ready to let go, to release, and to recycle back to the earth. Taking a breath in, breathing in that light and energy, and exhaling out any tension, stress, or worries. Good. So you might just take a notice again into those places where you are holding that energy. Inviting in any light from above, any connection from higher source. Just move in, filling up any of those spaces, bringing that awareness to the heart center, right behind the heart, and just feeling that fill with light, feeling that spread throughout the entire body, that light and energy. Feeling yourself recharge, renourish, replenish with each breath. And then as you feel ready, bringing your awareness back to your breath. Gently opening your eyes as you feel ready. And re-enter your space. You might even take a moment and just notice the space around you to see if anything has shifted. Maybe colors might be a little brighter. Things might be standing out to you before that weren't. Just noticing. Okay.
Beautiful, Molly. Thank you so much.
Oh, thank you. Thank you for letting me.
Well, I know everyone is super relaxed right now, so I guess we'll go ahead and end on that note. But thank you everyone for watching. This is Therapists Supporting Therapists, and please like or subscribe. Thanks.